And that brings us to the main event here for UFC Fight Night. Moreno taking on Kavanagh. And we've got Lone'er Kavanagh taking on Brandon Moreno. Carlos, who you got in this one?
I'm going to have to go with Moreno in this one. I think Moreno's just more polished. Kavanagh, he'll get there in time, but right now, I think he's just got some solid skills. He's a talented kid. It's just whatever he can do, Brandon Moreno, whatever he can do good, Moreno can do better. And I just don't see where he's going to catch Moreno in anything, whether it comes to submission or in the stand-up. Maybe Kavanaugh will surprise everyone on short notice, but I don't know. I just can't see that happening. It sounds good to say. I just don't see it happening. And I just feel Moreno's better everywhere. It's a quick breakdown for me, and Kavanaugh's going to get it done. Oh, Moreno's going to get it done. Excuse me.
Yeah, I like Moreno here. Obviously, the short notice replacement here in Kavanagh, taking this fight on less than a month's notice, replacing Asu Almabayev. Kavanagh is a guy that I'm very high on. When I saw him in Contender Series, I did think he's a pretty good athlete, very explosive, a guy that has knockout power, can mix in some wrestling as well. And I think, obviously, that shock knockout, in my opinion, against Johnson, couldn't have come at a worse time here. Now fighting in the main event at UFC Mexico City against Brandon Moreno. Even bigger step up in competition here. Former champion in the division. I don't think it spells anything but a recipe for disaster here. I think Moreno can mix in grappling early, wear on the gas tank of Kavanagh. We've seen with Kavanagh, he tends to slow down in fights. You look back on that Johnson fight, Johnson's corner was just screaming and yelling at him to push the pace because Kavanagh was slowing down. He has great output in round one. He's very athletic. You see with the front flips and the back flips that he can do, but over the course of 3 rounds, he gets tired. So what do you imagine it's going to be like at altitude on short notice against Brandon Moreno, who's a guy that builds into fights, that's got more UFC experience going the distance. He can mix in grappling where I think he's better. I think obviously he's got a 3-inch height and reach advantage as well that he can capitalize on. And I think Moreno is a guy where if you're the aggressor and you're a guy that moves forward, he likes to be able to get his reads and ultimately, figure out a recipe to beat you in that sense. I think Kavanagh, it's either going to be Kavanagh early or it's going to be Moreno with kind of a water torture method here where it's just going to be a long drawn out fight for Kavanagh where he's just going to get out volumed, beaten up by a UFC veteran that can kind of just pick his poison. And I think Moreno at this point needs this kind of victory to get back in the win column. Obviously coming off that Tatsuro Taira loss, the early stoppage in my opinion, former dog of the week. I'm not bitter about it at all. But ultimately I think Brandon Moreno here is the right side. I think he should be a big favorite. I think he's going to be able to get this one done as a fan favorite over in UFC Mexico City. And ultimately, that's all we have time for here. Confident pick in Brandon Moreno here to get this one done in the main event. And Carlos going to let us know what you do if you enjoy this content, what you should do.
Yes, everybody, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We enjoy doing it. We hope you enjoy listening, and we will see you on the next one.
We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.